So we've known each other since around 2013 or 2014. Somewhere in there, I got introduced to you, Sarah, and then I took a leap of faith and came to your retreat in Thailand. So that's when I first kind of met you in person. Um, and I've been a big fan ever since then and followed your work and done your work, done a lot of your programs. The most recently is, of course, Sorceress CEO. So, and the work that I do in the world, I'm sort of in a transition period. I spent over 25 years in corporate America in education technology, in sales and sales support and sales operations. Um, and recently just sort of completely transitioned out of that world back in November. And now, I'm really, and have been for quite a while, passionate about helping women. So I teach, I coach, I'm an author, but mostly I really want to help women to, like you were saying, thrive and feel lit up in all areas of their life. So that is my passion. Well, first of all, the inner work has been instrumental. And I know that because my business has leapfrogged more in the past like 6 to 9 months than it has in a very, very long time. And I've been, I'm going to say, experimenting with being an entrepreneur for quite a long time in a lot of different capacities. So the inner work for me has been just instrumental, and the parts of me that really have needed quite a bit of healing have been really around my inner critic and judgmental parts that were really keeping me small and keeping me from really finding and using my voice and really expressing myself. I always felt like I had the words inside of me, but just no way, and the message and the passion and um, the really wanting to be of service, but didn't feel like I had the words or the way to really express to people how I could help them. So the inner work around my critic and judgmental parts, and really finding some compassion for them and building relationships with them has been, I don't know, it's been a game changer, because we're now sort of starting to work in collaboration with each other. And that photo shoot would have never happened. Like, I contacted that brand photographer over 2 years ago and never went through with an actual photo shoot or a contract or anything like that. Like, my parts were just way too scared to do something that visible, that vulnerable. And I've done photo shoots in the past before, but like something related to me putting myself out there in this way has kept me from doing that for 2.5 years. And it's only been inside of this program I broke free from that, and it actually felt easy. And I don't want to discount or like really underestimate the power here, but it was obviously the key ingredient that caused caused the breakthrough, was doing that inner work, and doing that inside of a supportive, really supportive community. So we talked about this a little bit in our retreat yesterday, but I knew that from an outer work perspective, one of the things that I really needed to do was start to pay attention to attracting and nurturing. But before I did that, really getting clear about not only who I was, but also who I wanted to serve. So a lot of the the outer work kind of came out of the work we did related to who I wanted to work with, getting really clear about that. And when that started to crystallize, a lot of the outer work that I needed to do really started to line up. So I, created a lead magnet that felt really aligned with the work and the audience that I wanted to attract. The website, the first iteration of the website and everything that goes into creating something like that. And really just, yeah, my focus has really been on those pieces and those elements in the outer world of my business that can reflect authentically who I am. So that's really where my focus has been. So lead magnet, website, yeah. And things are much more consistently, like I've created some consistency across the board too, as far as like my outside presence, like updating my LinkedIn profile and sort of rebranding my Facebook page and Instagram, and like everything is much more cohesive. And yeah, so it's just the beginning, but it's been a lot, a lot of progress in a short period of time. One of the things I love about the community is how intimate it is, and how much we show up for each other. Sometimes we come in and out, and it still feels very supportive, and the structure that's been created in there is something I've come to rely on and count on. And I love that I can just go in and and tell the community that I'm struggling with something. And, right away, there's probably going to be 4 or 5 people that chime in and just, point me in the right direction again. Or it's also been wonderful just to be able to celebrate, small wins, big wins, and just have a community that can witness that, which just builds my confidence and my convictions even more. So yeah, it's also been instrumental. I've tried to do it on my own. I yeah, could really relate to what you were talking about before. I tried for years to do it on my own, and it's like, oh, I can figure this out. I'm smart, I'm intelligent. I don't need anybody to I don't need community to help me. And it's really finding the right community that I think has made all the difference. You've got to find people that, are kind of have the same values that you do, and, are trying to accomplish something meaningful. So I think that also made a huge difference. It's just, I knew it resonated right from the beginning.